Welcome to FX Street. We're going to be talking about Axie Infinity, AXS. Before we dive into the technicals and looking at how the whole Russian invasion is affecting that crypto, please head on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you can get updated to the content that we produce on a regular basis. Additionally, follow us on Twitter at FXS Crypto. So, I mean, really, this is going to be the same story that is being told across all the articles for cryptos that we write here at FX Street and in any of the recordings, is that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is, well, that's what the rest of the globe calls it. Russia calls it a small military organization or some weird kind of way to like make it not sound like it's an invasion. But anyways, Axie Infinity is certainly not immune to the pressures that are facing all risk on markets. And Axie Infinity specifically is probably more at risk because out of all of the altcoins that we really look at here, AXS is one of the few that has not had a 50% retracement of its a retracement of its 50 logarithmic 50% range. So, which is down at 31. The current daily chart is quite bearish from the perspective of where it's at currently. That could change, though. I mean, you know, these kinds of things are very volatile. News events like this can quickly turn around. Not likely, but things can turn around very swiftly. But it is making new 2022 lows. It's pushing below some of the mid-August 21 lows. And it's really falling into a zone that it probably should have gotten to a couple months ago. So I'm really looking at, I have, for me at least, I have some buy limit orders sitting between the $31 and $35 range. I think those are good zones, a good range to see it fall into and find some support. You know, from oscillator perspective, you know, it's in a bear market within the RSI, but it's not oversold. It's just above that oversold level at 30. The composite index has a little bit more room to move south on the weekly. And this is probably the chart that is a little more nerve-wracking when it comes to how far could it drop. So it's testing the bottom of the cloud here at 42-ish. And if it drops below the cloud, if there's a weekly close below the cloud, that will initiate an ideal bearish Ichimoku breakout. How much further it could travel, like next week or the week after, it could be a ways. There's not a massive gap between the body of the weekly candlestick and the Tenkan-sen, but there is one. But so that's something to like look out for. But the volume profile itself, this is what's really concerning. You have the volume point, the extended 2021 volume point of control at $71, and then the next high volume node really doesn't show up until the upper band of that is at $8. I'm not suggesting that drop occurs, but when you look specifically below $38 and then to, you know, $8 or $9, the volume profile there is very, very thin. It has not been traded very much. And so I think a move to 31 is certainly in the cards. Even on the weekly chart, you know, it has not moved down to 30 yet. Same as on the daily, and the composite index on the weekly chart could drift a little bit lower still too. In order to really invalidate any further downside momentum, bulls are going to really need to hold AXS to a close above the Ichimoku cloud, which, not above the Ichimoku cloud, but remain inside of it, which would be at 42.88. So it needs to close this weekly chart at or above 42.88 to really at least mitigate the probabilities of it continuing to slide south. Anyways, that's what I see for AXS. From all of us here at FX Street, please don't forget to join our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, follow us on Twitter, And don't forget to like and subscribe.